Hi grade 9s, here is your last video for assignment number 4. And today we're going to be looking at the cell phone cost problem again for the second time. So this is part 2 of that lesson. Before we begin, please make sure that you get a pencil, a piece of paper, a calculator, and then we can do some math together. So today we're going to look at the last page of assignment number 4, lesson 5. It's so exciting. We've got to the end. And the first question that we're going to look at is a question about Maha. Maha had a bill of $29 last month on Call-A-Lot plan. So the question is, how many minutes did she use on the phone? So remember, we're going to have to use the equation for Call-A-Lot. You always want to use the equation. You don't want to change the equation. You want to use the same equation you were given at the beginning. You just need to decide where's that 29 going to go. So if I look at the table of values, the 29 would go in the cost section. So above the 29 is a C. So that means when I use the equation for Call-A-Lot, I'm going to need to put the 29 where the C is. So here's the equation for Call-A-Lot plan. C is equal to 0.50T. Plus 20, C is the cost, T is the time in minutes, and T is what we're looking for. We want to find the time in minutes, and we know the C. We know the cost is $29, so I'm going to cross off the C, and I'm going to put the $29 in, and so now I'm going to have to do algebra. I'm going to have to solve this equation. I'm going to have to balance, do the balancing of the equations, and the first step I'm going to do is I'm going to have to get rid of that 20. So it's plus 20. I'm going to subtract 20 on both sides. And when I do that, I get 9 is equal to 0.50T. And we're almost there, but we have to get the T all by itself. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to divide both sides by 0.50. And when I get that, I get T is equal to 18. So that means at 18 minutes, the cost is $29. And remember, we talked about comparing all the different models. So we've looked at the table, we've looked at the equation. Let's look at the graph now. So on this graph, if I start at 18 minutes and I go up to the red line for Call-A-Lot and I go across, it tells you that the cost would be $29. You can see the 20 and the 40, in the middle is 30, that's 29 there. So our answer with algebra makes sense. So you got some homework tonight. Your homework is to finish up this last lesson. Your job is to finish the last questions for this assignment number 4. So here are those questions right now. Okay, so Yusuf uses his cell phone for 12 minutes each month. And he wants to see what it would cost with Call-A-Lot and what it would cost with Talk More. So before we can even start this, we're going to have to find what are the equations for Call-A-Lot and what are the equations for Talk More. So here they are. Here's the equation for Call-A-Lot. C is equal to 0.50T plus 20. And for Talk More, it's C is equal to 0.25T plus 25. But we need to figure out that 12 minutes. Where does it go in the table? It goes in the first column, 12 minutes. We're trying to find the cost. So that means when I use the equation, I need to cross off the T and put a 12 there. So for example, here is my equation for Talk More plan. C is equal to 0.25T plus 25. So I would cross off that T. I'd put the 12 there, and I would do the solving of that equation. I go 0.25 times 12 plus 25. I'd find the answer. And then you want to do the same thing for Call-A-Lot. And then you probably want to compare how much more expensive is one than the other. So today was a really short video. Please just leave me a comment so I know you've watched it. This is the last video for assignment number 4. After this, you'll have a whole week to finish up assignment number 4 to make sure you have time to complete the questions and to have time to submit it to me. Also, it gives you time to have a little break from math before we start our summative in a week from now. And your summative will be the last thing we will do together in grade 9 math, and then you're going to graduate and go on to grade 10. So congratulations for sticking with assignment number 4 this far. Please make sure you have a chance to finish all the questions and turn them into me either on Google Classroom or on WhatsApp or on Instagram by sending me the photos or sending me the photos in email. I would love to see your work. Have a beautiful day, and you won't have any videos from me for a long time, so you've got lots of time to catch up if you're behind.